2 shots. If I don't hit either of them, I'll do double the pull-ups. Yes. Okay, I'll take that. Oh, keep that back. Keep that back. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. All right. Welcome to episode 3, where I nearly almost had to do 20 pull-ups. So thank goodness for that. Other than this scar on my hand today, it's been overall one of the better days, the best day of 3 so far of doing these also back to back, which is rather impressive because I thought maybe I'll do it randomly. But guess what? I'm enjoying doing them. It's kind of therapeutic for me. And also, I should set a timer so that I don't talk until my battery runs out. So, with that, let's dive into some of the things that went well today, other than that first shot. Got mirrors installed for my home gym setup, which a gym without mirror is, I think, what hell must be like. Without mirrors, without music, without a cooling system, that is intense. What also was intense today is the flood of messages, the flood of replies that I have been trying to get back to. And this is why creating systems, this is why creating duplication is something I need to get better at, need to solve in order for me to unlock the next level. Because the one-to-one, as great as it is, to be able to build that communication and the connection and relationship and the bridge with teammates all over the world, to know that it's me on the other side that is replying and addressing their questions, which is also addressed by me in the video that I made and put out there. I'm trying to scale and also help them scale, because if I become a bottleneck and then they, after I talk to them and address it, and then they become a bottleneck for their clients and teammates, then we just create a lot more friction. So that's something that I am doing in terms of videos, but I think I need to organize it in a way where it is that there doesn't need to be questions. Like, there's this philosophy that if your product requires an instruction manual, it's not intuitive enough. So that's been a blessing and something that's causing a lot of exhaustion in terms of my energy and time working in the business as opposed to on the business. But overall, today was a really progressive day. It was a day of, I made 3 videos right here in my gym home, more so than home gym, about 3 of the different business ventures that we have here in our community, in our tribe. And also, did I mention about the mirrors? I think I did, but I'm so grateful for them because now it's starting to feel like I'm having my setup is getting more and more in place. The basketball thing was today, especially like when your whole life is at home, making home the perfect place for us mentally and business-wise. It becomes very important, that environment. But yeah, I did some Zoom calls today. I did a lot of very important, I did some promotional launch for my community that is helping them to do more business. So, it's so fascinating to me that 21 days ago, on December 1st, I was not in a good place. And I mean, like, I didn't have money to pay the rent on two apartments, payroll, uh, just couldn't support the people in my life, like my parents, and be able to put money away for savings or anything like that. I needed to draw out every last means I had to extend the time frame so I can work out new solutions. Life had put me, or I put myself in a very difficult financial situation. And from that to now, 21 days later, I think I'm making $2,000 a day. It's coming in so, like, much in pieces all throughout the day that it's hard to calculate. But thankfully, it's enough to think about expansion and think about promotions and think about how to get think about growth instead of like how to conserve and how to like just get by and survive. I'm thinking about thriving now. So that's the beauty of our space. And I did a Zoom call earlier today where I helped a teammate launch or one of their first videos on their YouTube channel, which I was highly encouraging them to do, and proud of them for doing it. And he was very impressed and by my results, and he was saying that to his audience in the video, that like such shocking numbers of making several $1,000s a day. And I had to correct nothing he said that was incorrect, but rather the false sense of how easy it is, which I know we're in marketing. We want to sell the, increase the likelihood of them achieving it, decrease the requirements for achieving it. But I have 10 years of ups and downs, 10 years of trying to figure this out that is not being taken into account. And so while I gotten myself out of a very difficult financial predicament in a short amount of time, to go from not making much at all to now, 2,000 plus a day, it came from tapping into not the financial resources, but the skill resource, the work ethic resources, the I faced this before experience. And I know that I will overcome, and it's a mental game. Like my wife, I had opened up an account for her in a platform where it's in an exchange, and you just copy what should be a successful trader with $100. And I just did that so I can test out how their affiliate system works and what it would mean for me. And so this is my money I put into her account, which I guess you could say is her money. There's no my money anymore. And she pains at looking at the account because it's down to $68. And I'm like, you don't have the stomach for the business or for risk tolerance. And, I've lost more money than most people will even make. And what was a huge setback, I mean, like it is ridiculous amount of money to lose. It is the kinds of money that, if properly managed, you wouldn't need to work for many, many years, not your whole life, but at least many years. Or if really properly managed, maybe never need to work again. But it was a few $1,000,000. But, I have those battle scars, and now going through those turbulent times, it's like, imagine like a sea captain of a huge vessel, like one of those transatlantic vessels, and they see a storm, and they've gone through so many storms, and like boats almost capsizing, and trying to figure out how to steer and navigate, and there's a fresh seaman. I mean, what is it? Sailor or something. And like he's just freaking out at the slightest wind of it. it's experience that has gotten me through some very difficult recent times, and also now with such a treasure chest of experience, or what David Goggins would say, the cookie jar of past accomplishments, not just financial. I mean, heartbreak and bone breaking and just everything from facing deep self-doubt and negative self-talk and self-sabotage and facing a lot of negativity and just nothing working out, and being down to not just my last dollar, negative money, debt collectors calling, lights being turned off, like all that stuff, and having to go to work and taking out cash advances, and not being able to explain any of this to my parents, as I didn't want to trouble them with what's going on with their son. From all of that, so now I have that wealth of experience, like that captain that has gone through very rough storms in life, and so it also allows me to appreciate a blue sky, which, like right now, after this like very intense past few weeks, and even intense times now, wow, I just got him. Okay, he'll be a part of our podcast now. Oh, I got another one. Okay, we have two for this one. I need some. Oh wait, we have our sponsor for today, which is alcohol that I needed to use for my injury here, that I'll also need to use right now. Antiseptic disinfectant Chevlon. Very practical. This is what I remember as a child my mom would put over my scraped knees. You can put this over your scraped crypto wallets as you get burned in the markets, as I have. But it has been quite interesting turnaround. The seasoning of having gone through such dark times in the beginning of this month to now, starting to think about expansion. I did an interview today with an editor, which, my God, I need to hire as many editors as I can get my hands on, because I want to produce content. And that's back to the original point, which is, in order for me to scale and leverage, I want to lead through content production. That is scalable. What's not scalable is me sitting there and replying back to as many people as I can across all my communications platform, and like spending hours just like, okay, how many people did I reach? It's like, 50 or 75. It's like, how can I reach 750 people or 7,000? Is that going to be a one-to-one thing? No, it's going to be through something that has much higher leverage. And there's a great book on that, which I'll bring to our. Oh, I'm getting a message from a few people have sent it to me before. I haven't. Oh, wow. I see. So this is the point of. So I just got this message. I'll read it exactly what it says. Few people have sent it to me, but I haven't taken a look. I'll check it out. So this is a business project to a business friend that has a good size, much bigger YouTube channel than mine, and I was bringing a project to him, and I was like, I'm sure you heard about it, but maybe you didn't know this about it or that about it, or what I'm doing for my teammates for this. And so, like, that personal touch aspect of it is actually what helps to close such deals, and such business partners, which can change everything in our space. One really good teammate can be life transformational, income transformational, and level you up to a whole different playing field. So I'm trying to balance that, like, high touch with high tech, as they say. So this is the constant fight between that. I guess I can use that as a filter, the high tech, to create a lot more attention and volume in terms of the reception, and then focus on high quality individuals. So that's been my fight. Speaking of fight, I wrote down a few things or a thing that I wanted to discuss on this solo cast, which is we have to really fight, and I'll say I have to really fight. I have 1 minute and 30 seconds. Really fight for what it is that I want out of my life. That I cannot be lackadaisical. That I actually have to really, like a war, like it's not something that comes to us easily, which is what we want. We have to, I have to do all the things that I know I should do, and even more, and push myself to the limits and beyond to get to the next level. And I'm excited to do that because I know on the other side of discomfort is growth. And I did not want to do this yet again when I feel so exhausted at 9:59 p.m. But yet I know that on the other side of doing this on a regular basis will be discovery, self-discovery, and hopefully connections to something much bigger and grander. So it's with that that I continue to show up. By the way, got smaller size of our bigger size notebooks. I'm saying this like we're selling merch, but this is just for my own morale, my own, keeping the vision and the mission of what it is that I'm doing all of this for in front of me in all possible ways. And I hope that this becomes the life work that I can, at the end of my day, at the end of my weeks and months and years in life, I can say I lived a life that was worth talking about, was worth all of this, that I hope makes sense, not now, but at a distant time, of what it took behind the scenes, what it took many years before it became anything significant, that it was these long hours and trying to figure out models and systems and how to navigate and how to balance things and how to manage the money and how to break through to the next version of myself. With that being said, thanks for joining, and thanks for being here. It means a lot because this is mostly monologues to myself, which, if you're here, that it becomes something more useful beyond just myself, which is the big mission of what we're trying to do here. With that, I will catch you on the next. Take care, my friends, and I wish you a wonderful, productive day.